What's up guys, Shane from Fugatech 3D Printing, and today we're checking out the April MakerBox. Welcome back guys. So yeah, the April MakerBox this month. So I love printing the MakerBox. It adds a new dynamic to printing for me. New material inside. I don't know what's in there. I haven't even cut it open yet. We're gonna find out, but that's the beauty of it. You get to challenge yourself with new filament types. If you're never gonna buy them, you know, so what? But this just kind of, again, it's like a monthly exercise for me. Can I get it to print well? What settings do I need to do? What do I need to change? It's fun for me, so I really enjoy this. And if you want to check it out, I think it's about $19 a month for if you're in the US. It's double that if you get the bi-monthly box. For the international customers, it's cheaper that way, so you have to get like customs and all that jazz and shipping. Get it every other month rather than every month, but I like it every month because it's more fun that way. All right, so first up, they give you this little card, tells you about the discounts, how you get a free MakerBox. I'll go into that here a bit later. What should you print, and the community. They do have a Facebook group that is fairly active with a lot of the things going on, so go ahead and check that out. They have a little advertisement in here for ERF, E-R-R-F, the East Coast Rep Rap Festival. I should hopefully be there. This is running on June 22nd through the 24th out in Maryland. So be sure to check out the ERF website for more details. I'll put the link for that down below. And here we have a little card in here from Makeshaper about all the different filaments that they make, things like that. And enjoy this month's MakerBox, and you save 10% on it with their code. So I'm gonna think that there is some filament in here from Makeshaper. Oh, very cool. So in here, the MakerBox, get your fill on. They have a magnet. So this would have been really cool in January, guys, but hey, halfway through the year, because it's May now that I'm actually recording this, who knows when I'll actually publish it, but either way, it's cool. So this will definitely go up on the fridge, and I can have 3D printing in my kitchen now, even though I've 3D printed like 1,000 things for there. And then we have a JMT sticker. So Joe Mike Tarula, I think his name is, he and I started doing YouTube about the same time. He actually has a deal now with MakerBox. He does monthly videos for them. He does like their promotional stuff for them, which is good for him, but he has a little sticker for him here. I'll have to add that to my sticker collection. And a bag of Skittles. You guys are up in your game than the little bears. I'm definitely gonna keep those away from the kids because I want those. Now let's actually get into the filament that came. All right, so right off the bat, we have some wood fill filament here from Colorfab. It looks like a very light wood, like a light color, almost bamboo-y color, but it does look much rougher than a lot of the other wood filaments I've used. Okay, so the specs on this: hot end temperature 195 to 220, the bed room to 50°, the speed 40 to 100 meters a second. You can print wood just like you would normal PLA. I mean, this is a wood PLA. You can print it like regular PLA, so faster speeds is just fine. And the info on this: Colorfab wood fill is the first color stable wood filled PLA. Best print at 0.2 millimeters or thicker layers with minimal retraction. Thinner layers with a larger nozzle. It is 70% PLA mixed with 30% recycled wood fibers. You get more info, you go on Colorfab's website or Printed Solids website. But yeah, so this should be pretty cool. It's definitely rougher, and ooh, actually does have a little bit of a scent to it already. So now, just so you know, wood filament is not very abrasive at all, so printing it with your standard brass nozzle shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. All right, now we have PLA++ Blue from Breathe 3DP. I haven't had a filament from them in quite a while, but this is a very vibrant blue. Real nice color on it. So the settings for this is 190 to 220 basic PLA settings, room temperature to 70°C for the bed, speed 30 to 120 meters a second, and the info: a modified PLA with significantly higher toughness than standard PLA. So you can print more functional parts without any printer modifications. They're talking about that because you can print at the same PLA temps instead of printing like nylon or ABS or PETG, which all require higher temperatures for your nozzle. And if you don't have an all metal hot end, you will melt your PTFE tubing. This filament should be better at that. Now, I'm not really testing the strength of any of the prints that I come out because I'm not very inclined to how scientifically test that. I could like watch one of Tom's old videos and try that way, but I want to know the printability of this. So this should be a nice color blue to print out. Whoa. Here we have some flexible TPU 85A from Makeshaper in yellow, super bright in yellow, and this stuff is super duper flexible. Now, before I go into the settings, I will say I did do a review on the flexible TPU 85A from Makeshaper. The video is up here in their orange. It is super duper flexible, but it is probably the highest quality flexible filament I have ever received because it's $90 a kilo. Like, it is crazy expensive, but it prints oh so nice. Like, I literally can't say anything bad about it because it is a great filament, but the cost is just extreme. And it's lasted me quite a while. I've been printing with it for months now that I've had it, probably over a year. I've had that roll and I've barely made it through half of it, and I use it all the time. So it actually is really nice to have because it's such flexible, such a lightweight filament. A lot can fit on a kilogram spool. All right, so now the settings on this is the hot end temperature 220 to 245C, bed temperature room to 60, speed 20 to 50. Got to keep it slow. It's flexible filament. Info: Makeshaper's yellow flexible TPU 85A is a US made TPU thermoplastic polyurethane. This filament features excellent low temperature flexibility, improved hydrolactic stability, and excellent processability. My God, these words are killing me, guys. So basically what they're saying is that flexible filament is super absorbent for moisture, and this is less likely to absorb so much moisture as other types. It is, even though it's so flexible, it almost feels like a harder filament that I've noticed. Just the surface tension of it, not tension, not the right word, but it's just, it doesn't feel like it would absorb as much as some other ones. You can actually feel how porous they feel when you rub your fingers on it. But either way, I've done it before. I'm happy to try this out in yellow. It's a great color, so we'll see how this one turns out. All right, so now I have some purple PETG here from KVP. I think it's Keene Village Plastics. It didn't really show up very well here on the label. But yeah, it's a pretty deep purple. It almost looks like it has like a purple or a glitter flake in it. Like, it's actually, there's some sparklies in there. So it's definitely got some glitter in there. I did hear good things about this, so I'm waiting to see myself, but I have heard good things about it. Okay, so the settings for this: hot end temperature 230 to 260C, bed temperature 70 to 100C, pretty standard for PETG or PETG as some people say. Speed not provided manufacturer. Now for me, I generally print PETG around 50 millimeters a second. It's pretty good. 60 on the FT5, it can just do a little bit better on there. But all the other printers, I usually do right around 50 is pretty good. Info: the polythyrene tetraphthalate glycol modified filament, so PETG, all that jazz, provides resilience of ABS with some features of PLA material, allowing for better prints for your 3D printer. So yes, this is a great filament between PLA and ABS. It's as easy to print as PLA, but it isn't as like toxic. You have to worry so much, and it's hard to print with ABS. It doesn't like shrink like ABS does, a lot of other things like that. And manufactured in the USA. So I have heard great things about how this prints out. I cannot wait to see my coin in this. So let's get on some printers and get printing. All right, so the prints are done and they came out pretty good. I had a little issue with the flexible with the snag. I'll show you what that ended up looking like, but with the parts that did complete, looked just great. I do want to mention, so here's the spool holder again that I'm using for the MakerBox. This has been by far the best one I've found to date. I used this one a few months ago when it debuted, and I've been using it ever since. It's a simple twist and it pops apart, and I printed this on the Anycubic i3 Mega, so it has a very nice smooth surface to it on the top and the bottom, but I tend to like put the smoothest part on the inside just so the filament has something very smooth to run over, try and reduce snags of anything of that sort. But I'll put this down below. It's a great file, pretty quick print. There is a version 2 out there that should be a little bit faster to print that the Maker made, and either way I'll put both of those down below if you guys want to check those out. All right, so first up, let's check the wood fill from Colorfab. And of course, wood filament is one of my favorites. It smells just amazing to print with. The quality in this one was pretty much there. This actually ended up was the second one that I printed. You can see a little bit of the purple left from the glue whenever I printed the PETG before this one. But it came over the, but over the supports, it did really well. You can kind of see where some of them stuck on a little bit more than others. It actually did really well over the solid supports as well. The dense layers up here on this angle was just really nice. You You can see it's all nice and round every time. There's no real blips anywhere except for the support on this piece right here. Nothing to write home about though. Good first layer. I know the sidewall is nice and smooth. Not really much stringing going on in there, just a few little blips here and there, but it's kind of be expected with wood filament. You can get rid of, I've gotten rid of like 99% of it by, you know, editing your settings properly, and you can get some really nice looking prints out of this. So yeah, I really like it. You can actually see like some like particles in there even. So this is a really cool filament. It's nice and lightweight. It's got a real nice color to it too, so I really like this one. All right, now here's the PETG from, I'm gonna say Keene Village Plastics. I didn't have a chance to look up their actual name because it's too hard to read on the bag, but this is pretty cool. It sparkles. It's got glitter in it. So there's a little bit of glitter in there kind of to give it a little bit of a shine. It already has a shine because it's purple, which is crazy bright. I mean, not bright, it's like it's a very deep, rich purple, and that little sparkle in there looks great. Bottom layer, really good. You see a little bit of the glue on there. On the CR10S, I had glue on the PEI sheet to help with the bed adhesion for PETG filaments. Few little blip strings here and there, but again, that's kind of normal. But inside, hardly any strings at all. And the supports came off relatively easy. This one right here stuck on the most for some reason, I don't know why. But good first layer, good over the dent supports there. Over here on the round of the cog, looked really good as well. On top, filled in perfectly. You know, I really like this one. This was a very cool filament. I would love to try some more of this. And I wonder if they have other colors like this, because this is just too cool. Okay, here we have the PLA++ Blue from Brie 3DP, and this printed just like a regular old PLA. I actually printed it with the exact same settings I did with the wood filament, and there's no stringing. It filled in just fine. Underneath, getting some of the supports off was a little bit harder, and due to the PLA++, it's a little bit more of a stronger filament. I did have to take my knife and cut a little bit, so you're gonna get these like white, you know, white marks on your filament. And because of that, you're gonna get some of these like white marks on your print. Now, an easy way to fix this is lighter. Best way to do it is get a heat gun, heat it for a few seconds, and those will just go right away very quickly, and you'll have a nice print again. But the walls are real smooth, the overhangs are round, no issues on any part of them, so that was nice. Good first layer. You know, again, even in here, the rounded part here on the walls in there, it just looks really nice. It's a nice blue, a nice real deep, full color blue. Very consistent color throughout the print. So again, this was another winner. All right, so here it is. This is the flexible TPU 85A from Makeshaper. And this is the first one that I did. For some reason I had rectilinear selected for the infill pattern, and I got a snag. There was a tangle in that wee little spool of 16 meters, and it was enough to pull the flexible filament back enough that it just jammed in the extruder. Well, the extruder tried pulling it, but it just wasn't going anywhere because it's just pulling and pulling and pulling and nothing's coming. But this turned out really good. I mean, watch how flexible this is. Ready? Whoosh. This is with a 20% infill. Even on the sides here, super flexible. 2 top, 4 bottom. Now it's 2 perimeters, 4 top, 4 bottom layers. But I mean, look how flexible this is. It's great. Even though I missed out last little bit. Now I tried to reprint it. I changed it to fast honeycomb, and it was coming out really good, and it's nice and flexible again. But I ran out of filament. There just wasn't enough to let this go again. You're extruding more TPU filament at a time than you do PLA in order to make everything fill in properly. So that is why it didn't finish. I used more filament per print than regular PLA filament. So supports come off fairly well. I'm able to get my fingers on them and kind of just rip them off. I was able to rip all the exterior ones off, which actually I can show you on this one. They're all on here. I can just get them and just give it a little pull, and they come right off. You can get some flush cutters to take them off as well. Give them a little pinch and pull, but they come off pretty well. Again, good. If you have good support settings, you can get most of them off without too much hassle. This one down here is a little tough just because my finger doesn't fit in there. And same with this one, it can be a little tough sometimes. My fingers are just too big. Anyways, so the bottom layer went down really well. I did notice issues though on cooling around here. So I'm thinking maybe I was actually printing too hot. I was printing cooler. I thought I was having an issue, so I turned the temperature up to 240 degrees. I was at 230. And the temperature range for this one was 220 to 245. Put up to 240, and I think I was a little too hot and not enough airflow. And I don't think I had enough airflow because my part cooling fan on FT5 actually got damaged due to printing really high temp stuff with the enclosure, and it was only PETG, so it did morph a little bit and deform. So now I'm not getting, you know, the optimum amount of cooling on prints. So that's a shame. But you can see there is some stringing in there, just a little bit. Nothing really to write home about. But again, I've tried their orange TPU, which is the 85A as well. It's awesome stuff. I was able to get that to print very well, but that's the only problem. When you only get 16 meters or something, it's really hard to actually get a successful print on the first or second try. There it is, guys. 4 filaments, 3 definite successes, and this one I'm still going to call it a success, even though I had a clog, and then, I had a snag in the spool, and then I just ran out of filament. But still, you know, good walls. Need to turn my temperature down a little bit, but judging off of how this printed, how well this printed compared to their orange, it's a win again. If you can afford this stuff, again, it is super expensive. So if they're having it on sale with the MakerBox, with the coupons, this would definitely be worth spending the money on, because like I said, my orange roll has lasted me quite a long time. I still have lots and lots of filament on it, and I will continue to use that for, you know, months to come, I'd say. I don't think it'll last years, but months to come, I will still continue to use that filament. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this, you know, useful to you. If you guys want to check out the MakerBox, down below there is a coupon code and a link. If you go to that and you sign up for MakerBox, I will get a credit, a little tick mark, that says that someone signed up. Once I get 3 people to sign up using my link and coupon down below, I get a free MakerBox. This one did not come in for free, sadly, but that's okay. Some months I get them, some months I don't. But if you guys do want to try to challenge yourself and see what's out there with new types of materials, new colors, things like that, MakerBox is definitely a way to challenge yourself. And now we're at the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did and you found this video helpful for you and your MakerBox, please give the video a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Talk in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys either way on what you think about these filaments, the MakerBox program, or how I do these videos. If you guys want to stay tuned with what's going on, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon. That way you get email notifications when I upload new content like MakerBox videos, reviews, live streams, things like that. And you're one of the first ones to find out what's going on. Now, if you guys want to support me financially, lots of ways to do that. Below me is the Patreon link. You can donate me on a monthly basis there. My current patrons, you're awesome as always. If you want to do like a one-time deal or Streamlabs or buy me a coffee down there to help me buy things for the studio, or if you just like to do your daily shopping with Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, things like that, go ahead and use my affiliate links down below. Update your bookmarks with those. A little slice of what you buy comes here to help me out the channel at no additional cost to you. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, happy printing.